Joltin' Joe, the Yankee Clipper, otherwise known as Joe DiMaggio, has an incredible story and a huge impact on Italian American culture that you might not have known about. Before getting into the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's Italian Heritage Month. We're going to be talking all about history and cool stories all throughout the month that you do not want to miss. So hit that subscribe button and andiamo. To set the scene, between the 1880s and 1920s, 4 million Italians immigrated to America. Upon immigration, things were really rough. There was extreme prejudice. Americans seen Italians as unwanted foreigners. Nobody wanted them here. They were forced to take odd jobs that were hardworking and terrible conditions. And so there was extreme prejudice due to organized crime. Pretty much if you were Italian, it was assumed that you were a mobster. And it was really bad and really rough for Italians when they immigrated to America during this time. In fact, the biggest lynching in American history was with 11 Italians. There was tons of stories like this with Sacco and Vanzetti. Italians really had it rough when they immigrated. For the DiMaggio family, it was no different. Joe's parents, Giuseppe and Rosalia, worked very hard. They had 9 kids and grew up broke. His father was a fisherman, very hardworking, very strict guy. And so for Joe, his fate was already lined up. He was supposed to be a fisherman. It was tradition to carry on your father's role. So Joe went on his own path. He didn't want to be a fisherman. He dropped out of school. He was kind of working other odd jobs too. Luckily, his brother Vince got a contract with a minor league baseball team, and then he convinced Joe to play baseball again and get into baseball. The rest is history. Both brothers had really successful, amazing careers. Obviously, Joe ended up being more well-known due to all his accomplishments. He won 9 World Series championships. He was a 13-time All-Star, and he had a 56-game hitting streak that still goes down today as the best hitting streak in the MLB. I think second place is like 10 games off, like he has it by far. Knowing the background of Italians in America, but then seeing what Joe and his family did is crazy, because Americans having all this prejudice towards Italians, now all of a sudden they're watching this hitting streak. The hitting streak caused Joe to become famous, a celebrity, a household name. Everyone, the whole world is watching his hit streak, hoping he continues it. And I mean, he won 9 World Series. He was a celebrity. He was an idol. On and off the field, he was a class act. He even served in the army despite America labeling him as enemy aliens. So it's crazy because all of a sudden, Americans have this prejudice towards Italians, but they're idolizing an Italian in the MLB, and he's like a celebrity. So now the whole tide started to change, and the perspective of Italian Americans started to change, because people went from despising Italian Americans to now idolizing Italian Americans, and eventually the Yankees started bringing on a lot of Italians to play ball, but Joe was really the one who paved the way with his accomplishments. And not only did it have an impact on the way Americans look at Italians, but it had an impact on the way Italians looked at themselves, right? Because it started to give hope. Now they're seeing an Italian celebrity that shows it's possible to be successful in America, and also they're seeing that eventually the prejudice can go away over time with things like this. The impact was absolutely huge, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, please give that video a like. We want to do more videos like this, and it's really encouraging to see some thumbs up on the video. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.